That's hot. That's hot. I burned my mouth. Oh. Welcome, everyone, to the Nintendo Download Express. I'm the conductor, Jeff Gersman. The train has pulled into your station, and it is March 7th, 2011. And here we are. Together again. Sorry, it's sorry if you seem a little down. It's not a great week around here at the Express. Well, our main sponsor has pulled out and filed a lawsuit. It's they say that we bootlegged their program and ran the whole. This is they sent me two files. Apparently, one was the ad. And one was their podcast, and they didn't properly label which was which, and I didn't listen to the other one. It sounded like an ad to me. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was a little long, but it's I don't think that's something that you file a lawsuit. I mean, if anything, I was given more exposure. More time to their well, suffice to say there won't be any sandwiches being eaten around here anytime soon. I've got cup noodle right here. Listen, little cup noodle. It's beef flavored here. It's real. This water is very hot. Ow. Oh, that's just burning my... All right. That is burning my mouth. It's hot. I guess I should relish these moments while I still have hot water and a microwave to heat up water, these bills are... Stuff's piling up. I got right here, top of this pile of bills. This is water bill. $105.43. $105.43. That's what they want. That's what they want for a month of water. We're talking about water here, which last time I checked comes out of the sky for free. So I don't think that's fair, and I think I'm going to install some water catchers on my drain pipes. And I don't think I should be forced to. I recycle water. I've flushed water down to the toilet, which goes to the city, and they can reuse that. That's water that they're giving to me that I'm giving right back to them, and I don't see why I should be forced to pay this amount for water. What do we got here? That's under that we got. Well, that's a mortgage. I'm not even going to get into that. That's too much to think about. But let's not focus on the things that drive us apart. Let's focus on what brings us together. As a society, as a community, as a people, digital releases for Nintendo's platforms like the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo DSi. And we're going to start out with WiiWare. Heavy Fire, Black Arms from Teon. 1 to 2 players, rated T for teen. There's blood and violence. So look out for that. 500 Wii points. Set out on a dangerous campaign in South America in a continuation of the popular shooter Heavy Fire Special Operations. Popular shooter. Heavy Fire Special Ops. Everyone everyone's into that game. I remember, you know, it came out, like, it leaked early, and there's all these stories about, like, oh man, I got a copy early and I'm streaming it out on the internet, and then I got shut down by the publisher because they tried to sue me for buying, but I just bought it early. I'm just a regular consumer. And then other people were like, I'm a bootlegger and I'm playing it already. And yeah, all the heavy fire special operations controversy back then. So it's nice that they were able to produce a sequel, I guess. As a Special Forces recruit, you will take part in the operation to stop an illegal arms trade. Heavy Fire gives players a classic arcade light gun experience enhanced with stunning graphics and exciting new features. Destroy the biggest weapon cartel, Fuerza de Voluntad, which is influential all over the continent, which is, oh, right, South America, which is up there. Team up with a friend and experience an immersive co-op mode. Enjoy dynamic minute-to-minute gameplay in various weather conditions and settings in the heart of a jungle. Smash objects and interact with them. Which, last time I checked, smashing is an interaction. Perform quick events and face your enemies with new powerful weapons. Not quick time events, but you know. With plenty of weapon types and various vehicles at your disposal, put an end to the expansion of the paramilitary organization, which I assume was the aforementioned Fuerza de Voluntad. Take full advantage of the Wii Remote TM controller and optional Wii Zapper TM accessory sold separately. That's a light gun game. For light gunners. This, you know, for as much as this is too hot right now, I should really put it to good use, because when I can't get hot water, it's going to be depressing to try and eat all this cup noodle I went out and invested in. The last of my money here. Oh. It's cooling down nice. It's cooling down nice. These Nissan brand cup noodles. I like them. Beef flavor, these ones. Normally I'm a chicken man, but these were discounted even further. Well, I gotta stretch my dollars. But hey, who isn't out there trying to save a buck? And if you are looking to save some money, how about Soccer Bashi demo version from Icon Games Entertainment? 1 to 2 players, rated E for everyone, mild fantasy violence. This is 0 Wii points, because this is a demo. 0 Wii points. That means it's free. If you want the full version, it's 500 Wii points, which is $5 American, for the record. Experience soccer of the future. Destroy the defender blocks and smash the ball into the goal to win, but watch out for the enemy defenders out to destroy you. A built-in game editor offers unlimited level design possibilities. Play through the 90 built-in game levels in several different play modes, including arcade and customizable tournaments. Special level features include animated blocks, exploding blocks, shield blocks, invisible blocks, and deadly 3D defender enemies. Face challenging end-of-zone bosses. Use the level editor to build your own levels. Up to 100 user-created levels can be stored. Tournament mode allows you to create your own unique tournaments using built-in game levels or your own levels. Special power-ups and super power-ups, including lasers, bombs, flaming power balls, and multiple balls and bats can help or hinder you on your way to the goal. Nothing about that sounds like soccer. Everything about that sounds like Arkanoid. But apparently, you know, in the future, I would actually, if someone were playing live-action Arkanoid, I would actually watch that, as opposed to current generation soccer, which I do not understand and do not care to understand. So, Soccer Bashi, as far as I'm concerned, is, they're doing it, man. They're out there making it happen. It's like the 6th day, how that had future football, courtesy of the XFL. These guys are doing it. It's like, you know, a slam ball was the future of basketball. This is obviously going to be a very big hit. Got a virtual console release this week. Interesting, because this is originally a Hudson Entertainment game, as we know, if you've been following the news. Hudson's kind of been rolled into Konami proper, so that doesn't really exist in its kind of original form like it used to. But, you know, you're going to still see that name roll on, and you're still going to see this character roll on. It's Bomberman Hero for the Nintendo 64 from Hudson Entertainment. One player, rated E for everyone, mild violence, 1,000 Wii points. That's $10. Bomberman returns in his own full-on action game. One day, out of nowhere, a spaceship crash lands on planet Bomber. Journeying to the Peace Mountains to investigate, Bomberman encounters P-Bot, the dazed robot pilot. According to P-Bot, the evil Garridan Empire attacked Primus Star and kidnapped Princess Millian. Millian, like Christina Milian. So this is Dip It Low, the game. From P-Bot's escape ship. Hearing this, Bomberman vows to save the princess, even if he has to travel the length of the galaxy to do it. Bomberman is equipped with an infinite supply of bombs and can count on a variety of upgrades to aid him in his quest. He'll search for the princess. His search for the princess takes him to 5 exciting planets, reuniting him with his old friend Louie, and uncovering new items. Sorry, you know, I played a lot of Bomberman over the years. I could not tell you who his old friend Louie is. I assume it's the dinosaur. I assume they named the dinosaurs at some point. Is that what that is? Fly, swim, shoot and bomb your way through the galaxy and save Princess Millian. M-I-L-L-I-A-N. Millian. That's not... I don't know. I don't remember, I don't have fond memories of any of those N64 Bomberman games. I remember them being, you know, they started to kind of stray from the thing you wanted out of a Bomberman game when they started adding single-player campaigns like this. I remember being kind of goofy. I could be remembering incorrectly. Maybe this was the one. I think there was one that was okay, and then the rest were all garbage. Is that what it was? All right, well, that's it for WiiWare and Virtual Console. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with the news and, of course, your DSiWare releases. Stay tuned. A lot of noodles. I think even if I wasn't in such dire financial straits, I'd probably still be eating Nissen brand cup noodles, beef flavor. They're just tasty. They're not something to eat every day if you can help it, you know, because you can practically taste the sodium killing you. But hey, you know, what's wrong with salt? I mean, you know, cows lick salt licks all the time, and cows do just fine. I don't see what the big deal is. In the news, Nintendo was a part of the Game Developers Conference last week, and Satoru Iwata got up and gave a keynote speech that some called more like just a typical press conference, because they were just kind of announcing features for the 3DS and stuff like that, which I didn't go to the talk, but it seemed like it really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, that it was kind of so salesy and so focused on their products. I mean, to some extent, a lot of the talks at GDC and DICE and these sorts of seminar style session based shows, they're always going to be a little promotional, because you're kind of sharing your experiences, and hopefully they will relate to other people. But at the end of the day, Bungie's up there talking about how Bungie does things and about upcoming Bungie products to some extent. Sony gave a talk for the NGP, which is their code name for their upcoming handheld. I don't really know anything about that. I assume it'll have some kind of digital downloads on it, so that gets me excited, but I don't really know if it'll be as exciting as the Nintendo stuff has been. But they talk a little bit about that. But this one, the Iwata talk probably took the cake from what I heard, because they talked about the eShop, which is of importance to independent developers out there, because it is a great way, obviously, to get your games seen by millions. If you're a smaller team with a smaller team games like Enterprise, like GameBridge, like Disney Interactive, these are ways for you to get your games out there. So they talked a little bit about the virtual console. They should call it virtual handheld, because I don't view handhelds as consoles, but they're still going with the virtual console name, even though it's Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, and TurboGrafx 16, which is, to be fair, a console. Though there was the Turbo Express, which was a handheld version of the TurboGrafx, which was noteworthy for sucking through batteries in like an hour or less or something like that. Maybe not quite as bad as the Lynx. If I had to pick handhelds, I would like to see brought back from the dead. I would probably take the Lynx over the Game Gear, because the Game Gear is just a Sega Master System in a different housing and a different aspect ratio on the screen. Really, it's kind of the same hardware. But the Lynx was kind of its own thing, and there were games on the Lynx that you can't really play anywhere else. Not that they were great games. I mean, they did put out Gauntlet on it, but it was like very not the Gauntlet that you or I know. And no one was shooting food or anything. You could play as a robot in that game, and it actually looked like the Android logo currently looks in some ways, which is kind of silly. But where's people playing Zarlor Mercenary or Chips Challenge? Chips Challenge is a great Lynx game. They did that. They did a pinball game that had that Elvira machine kind of recreated on there. What else? Crystal Mines. Crystal Mines is pretty good. Kind of Boulder Dash like, but not quite. Blue Lightning. It's a decent little jet game. There aren't a billion great Lynx games for sure. There are, in fact, some ones that I remember fondly, and then a bunch of kind of mediocre and bad ones. But like I said, those don't really exist anywhere else. And Chips Challenge obviously exists in some form on Windows PCs of the early 90s or something. Get your entertainment pack on or something. But in my mind, I always think the Lynx version is the definitive version, graphically and all that stuff. It's how I remember that game. The 3DS obviously has to be powerful enough to, people are kind of comparing it to the Wii in terms of power, and you look at what the Wii plays on a virtual console. It's like, why don't you have Super Nintendo games on there right out of the gate? I mean, that stuff surely must run. But those are the systems they're talking about right now. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, which are basically the same thing. Game Gear, and TurboGrafx. So, get your Keith Courage in Alpha Zone and your China Warrior, I guess, on your 3DS. And then they are doing something called 3D Classics, which is a label they're going to stick on remastered, that's their terminology for it, remastered versions of classic, again, their terminology, games. And I guess they were showing some of these as kind of proof of concept type stuff back at that New York event they held a while back, where they had Punch-Out running, that, you know, kind of the fists would come at you. To which I say, just give us Teleroboxer at that point. You know, just go whole hog and put the Virtual Console, or put the Virtual Boy, rather, on the Virtual Console. I suspect they'll remaster some of those games, because presenting them in that wireframe format, the red kind of wireframe stuff, probably a little silly, and also dredging up an era that Nintendo would probably rather not relive. But if you took Red Alarm, or was it Mario Crash, and a couple of those the other Virtual Boy games, and you know, just took them and represented them in 3D on the 3DS, I think that those games could find some kind of new life there. The handful of games that were not junk on the Virtual Boy, anyway. And this is going to launch in May. Obviously, the 3DS is out at the end of this month, but there's going to be a system update that comes out in May that will enable the eShop. At that time, you will also be able to transfer your DSiWare purchases from your DSi over to your 3DS, which is obviously very key, and I'm sure is going to prevent most of you from taking advantage of some of the pretty good deals you can get right now, turning in your DSi used to store and getting credit on a 3DS. Some of the retailers are running deals like that, and they'll actually pay you a reasonable rate. So if you have a DSi that you haven't purchased any of this great DSiWare on yet, you know, maybe it's worth considering. I guess. Yeah, you know, if you're sitting on DSiWare that you want to be able to transfer, then you're going to have to wait for this update to come out in May, and there'll be some way to transfer it over. They aren't necessarily talking about the specifics of how that will work, but you will be able to do it. Also, late summer or some kind of summer update will add support for Netflix to the 3DS. Excuse me. So if you can get on Wi-Fi somewhere, and they struck a deal with AT&T to get you access on your 3DS at AT&T hotspots, you'll theoretically be able to watch Netflix streaming movies if you have an account for that. I have an account for that I never ever use, but pay a monthly fee in order. In fact, I dropped down to one disc with Blu-ray, you know, which it theoretically is. So I have this is my current Netflix movie. It is a Blu-ray copy of Green Zone. Green Zone, rated R, 1 hour 55 minutes, 2009. U.S. Defense Intelligence Agent Clark Poundstone, Greg Kinnear, doesn't want to hear what Army Chief Warrant Officer Roy Miller, Matt Damon, has to say about not finding the weapons of mass destruction. Evidence that could launch a war. He's been sent to Iraq to unearth. Why the cover-up? Rajiv Chandrasekaran expose imperial life in the Emerald City. What? That's a different sentence. Rajiv Chandrasekhran's expose. Rajiv Chandrasekhran's expose, Imperial Life in the Emerald City inside Iraq's Green Zone, inspired this frenetic wartime drama. Paul Greengrass directs. Clark Poundstone is a really good name. It's just a cover-up for Treadstone, we all know. It's really born. It's really born in the Green Zone. I haven't watched that. I've been sitting on that movie since... Does this actually have a postmark on it? It does not. It does not, but I've been sitting on this since sometime in 2010. It's been sitting here unwatched. So that should give you a pretty clear idea about how much Netflix I use. But that's cool that they're adding it. I know, you know, a lot of people do obviously use a ton of Netflix, and you know, the more devices it's on, and obviously, you know, it does the same thing where you can kind of resume watching stuff that you started watching on one other platform, and so on. Of course, I have not to get into other devices here. I know we're pretty strictly focused here, but you know, just for this, expand a little bit. I have an iPad, and that also does the Netflix stuff. I have an iPhone, and that also does the Netflix stuff. And ideally, as a mobile Netflix device, I would probably choose the iPad because it's got the biggest screen. Though the iPhone, is on me at all times, and has the same sort of. It's in my pocket. My DSi. That's in my bag, and I don't often connect it to Wi-Fi when I'm on the road. That's usually when I'm at home buying all these great DSiWare releases. But maybe with the 3DS, that'll change. Maybe with all these hotspots that they got out there, maybe I'll have a 3DS on me at all times, and it'll always be connected, and I'll take this iPhone and break it in half because Nintendo has provided a new way. DSiWare releases for this week. Let's get into them. GG series horizontal bar in all caps, from Genterprise Incorporated. One player Genterprise. G Enterprise, maybe they just don't have a space. I don't know. Genterprise. I'm a Genterprise. It's got to be Genterprise. Genterprise would be a J. Maybe a J. Rated E for everyone, 200 Nintendo DSi points. This is a new type of action game that will have you swinging and jumping from bar to bar, just like the parallel bars in gymnastics. The controls are simple. Grab onto a bar, add momentum to your swing by pressing left or right on the plus control pad, then jump and spin to the next bar by pressing the A button. Gauge the force of your swings and the timing of your jumps just right to cross the course in the fastest time possible. Do you have what it takes to be a star gymnast? That's a great question. A lot of great gymnast-related games on these services lately, and I, for one, can't get enough. Sean Johnson Gymnastics, that's another winner. Get some of these noodles here. Oh. Now it's just starting to get cold, which is a damn shame. Next up, we have Go Series Earthsaver. I'll let you figure out which of those words are in all caps. That's from GameBridge. One player, rated E for everyone. Mild fantasy violence, 500 Nintendo DSi points. These noodles, man. Once they get in you. Ooh, these Nissan brand cup noodles will get stuck in your throat there a little bit. A giant meteorite is headed straight for Earth. Land your spaceship on the meteorite and set explosives to break off small pieces so the rock breaks up in Earth's atmosphere. Chunks of meteorite that are too big will smash into Earth, wiping out mankind. As an explosives expert, you can plan a series of bombs to create chain reaction combos, easily blasting off chunks of the rock the size of houses. You'll also need to tackle the many strange alien life forms you encounter by either blowing them up or cunningly blasting around the piece of rock they're standing on so they fall with a meteorite. Can you save Earth from obliteration and secure the future of mankind? This one is just ripped from the headlines. A great week for this one to come out since they just found some fossilized evidence of fossilized life on some meteorites. So this one is, we're going to need Go Series Earthsaver as a training program for everyone out there, Last Starfighter style, because that's how they're going to come. That's how they're going to get us. They're going to send the meteorites, but they're not going to be fossils. They're going to be on there. They're going to be on there trying to get us. We're going to need some explosive experts, some deep core drillers, and we're going to have to land on these we're going to have to land on these meteorites and take care of business. I don't want to see the Earth getting smashed up. Not on my watch. Not yet, anyway. Give me another 5 years, 10 years. Then you want to wipe out mankind, I'll say like, I lived a good life, did what I wanted to do. If you want to wipe out mankind now, that's cool. I'm happy seeing the end at this point, because I don't have water. There's no electricity. Gas is $37 a gallon. Jelly Car 2 from Disney Interactive. One player, rated E for everyone, 500 Nintendo DSi points. Jelly Car 2, the hit driving platform game, is here and fully loaded with 3 game modes and more than 30 levels. Post high scores, best times, and longest jumps in the Hall of Fame. With so much squishy goodness, you'll want to drive Jelly Car 2 all around town. In Classic Mode, drive your squishy car, and use your special abilities to drive through squishy worlds. Ugh. In Factory Mode, guide the falling parts into matching chutes. Tap the levers to open different pathways and guide each part down the conveyor belts. In Long Jump Mode, you're going for distance and speed. Watch out for objects that can slow you down, and look for objects that can help give you a boost. This is, of course, the follow-up to Jelly Car. This is Jelly Car 2. Which I think, you know, Disney, I think, bought these guys, the Jelly Car people. This game has appeared on cellular telephones, and I think it showed up on Xbox Live Indie Games, which is a downloadable service on the Xbox 360, which is it's like the Wii, but it's from Microsoft, and it's you know, they don't have a Wii remote on it, so it's kind of, I don't really understand, and they don't have Nintendo Wii points or Nintendo DSi points, but I guess there is some kind of thing on there that you can use to maybe get Jelly Car 1. I don't know, but this is Jelly Car 2. This is the sequel, and now you can have Jelly Car 2, you know, in the palm of your hand on your Nintendo DSi. So that other stuff just seems obsolete. Thank you. And that's going to do it for DSiWare. That's a heck of a week, a big week right there. And now I think it's time to get some more noodles. Yeah, I'm getting down to the broth here. Beefy. It's got a definite beef flavor. It's beef-esque, I guess I'd just say. Doesn't taste like beef, but it's beef-like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely tastes like beef was near that at some point. At some point in its production, like someone was eating a hamburger while they were making that Nissan brand cup noodles, beef flavor. Which are delicious, by the way. Let's just get that out there. Emails. ndx@bxr.me is the email address for you to get a hold of us. And, you know, you can help conduct this train, too. We want to hear from you. What do you want to see here on the podcast? We are all ears. So if you've got some ideas about good old NDX, let's hear them. We are going to start here with Glenn and Geir, who's from Norway. That's a Norwegian name, I guess. Gier, like Geir. I don't know. Geir. They've got a couple of their own NDX classics that they want to read, and that's going to take about 3.5 minutes. That's 3:30 or so, a little over 3:30. So take it away, guys, and we'll be back with some of your text emails after this.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, I have another pitch for you. Yes, of course it's good. No. Okay, you just hear me out. Okay, the game is called Bird and Beans. It's a... No. Yes, of course I'm being serious. Yes. Alright, just listen to this. In Bird and Beans, control Pyro, a small bird with an elastic tongue and insatiable appetite for beans. Scramble to catch the beans that fall from the sky, racking up points as you go. The farther away the bean, the more points it's worth. Beware any beans that are missed, though. They will leave a hole in the ground that cannot be crossed, potentially trapping Pyro. Bird and Beans also features a second version that enables Pyro to spit seeds at high speed, bringing down more beans than ever before. This fast and fun-paced game requires skill, strategy to master, and always leaves you wanting to play just one more time. Well? What do you think? Everybody would want to play this. Who wouldn't? No. Who doesn't like beans? And birds. Birds are massive right now. Come on. It's not. No, I've written an entire design document already. Yes. Yes, I'm serious. Come on. Why not? This is going to sell a ton. You'd have to be stupid not to... Oh, come on. Come on. I'll stop being a dick, Dan. Yes? Yes? Yes, okay, great. Great. Yeah, I'll have it finished by tomorrow afternoon. Yep. Alright. Alright, bye. Too easy.
Chugga chugga choo choo! What a great evening this is. I am here in the Nintendo Express with my favorite conductor, Jeff Gerstmann. Jeff, how are you feeling tonight? Electric. I have brought an amazing game for the Nintendo DSiWare by Teon 101 Shark Pets. So strap into your seats, ladies and gentlemen, for the Nintendo Express is now bringing you 101 Shark Pets. Choose from over 101 baby sharks, brother, or simply adopt them all. Discover their personalities as you feed, clean, and care for your new pets. Bring out your pet's talents by training your shark in a variety of fun and wacky activities. Enter your shark into the pet shows and earn money to buy exciting upgrades, including toys, food, clothing, accessories, and more. The more tricks you teach and the more games you play, the more fun you'll have. You will never be bored with so many new best friends to pamper, play with, and love on the Nintendo DSiWare. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Glenn and Gear. Thanks, Norway, and the Glenn in Norway for those classics. A favorite, I know, a favorite feature on this podcast from everyone who listens, hearing your voices out there, mixing it up. I like to mix it up, you know. I don't want to this is not some ivory tower podcast where I just speak down about my beliefs and what I have to say. We're a community here. And if you have to get the word out, ndx@bxr.me is the place to do it. Let's check out some more emails here. Benji from Berkeley writes in and says, "Hey, Nintendo Download Express, on last week's show, you talked about how if you want to show how important part of the title of your game is, you should put it in all caps. But what are your thoughts on bold or italic or both?" Well, Benji, thanks for your email. That is a great question. They are actually there are some italics here in this press release. Typically, game names are italicized here. Heavy Fire Special Operations, for example, and when they're talking about Bomberman Hero and Jellycar 2, they do just italicize it, which stylistically, I get why people do it. You know, sometimes people just italicize titles to set them apart like that. We don't do that when I write in text here at NDX. Simply because, you know, it's covering video games, it's not something that is special to be set apart. It's something that is common. That's something that the readers understand. So it's not something that like with a title of a movie or something like that, you would still italicize that. But game titles, style choice on this end is do not italicize. But I understand the need for emphasis, and these are press releases and stuff that are going out to a wide variety of outlets out there. I'm sure that, you know, when the Wall Street Journal is covering Nintendo downloads, they want to have those game names set apart for them so they can easily pick them out when they are skimming this press release for pertinent information. Next question comes in here from Reynas. Probably not pronouncing that right either, but, you know, that's... and he's got a new game idea. Where you remember we wanted some of your pitches here. I have a new game idea for you here. Imagine, if you will, You are on a hard mission sent to you by a robot space pirate from another dimension, and your goal is to protect the Earth by matching green and blue blocks. That's not all. Blue and red blocks. That's still not all. And the elusive rainbow-colored block. That's all. Possible DLC is the famous white block, but maybe I should focus on the main game first. That sounds killer. I feel like I've heard this before. But I can't say for sure. All I know is it just sounds positively killer. And we have another game idea here. From David. And he wrote a book here. I'm probably gonna skim this a little bit. But it's Window Cleaning Hero for DSiWare, rated E for everyone. This is from the makers of Matching Color Blocks. This is a new game from the makers of Matching Color Blocks. You get the chance to live out your dream of becoming the window cleaning hero. Can you defeat your rival and make it to the top of the world's most renowned window cleaning company? Venture from your hometown of Misty Peak into the wide world of window cleaning. The fun never stops in Window Cleaning Hero. He's got a breakdown here, a features list. Various window cleaning tools such as a squeegee, TM, a soap, a sponge, and soapy water. Stubborn stains, which take multiple wipes of the Nintendo stylus, TM, to remove. Gain XP. Will you use your experience points for a bigger squeegee or a better stain remover? The endless choices are yours to make. Use the stylus in a new and innovative way. Horizontal and vertical action, which will be your specialty. Gain money to buy even better tools, such as the 14-inch Wagtail Whirlwind. That's in caps, so I assume it's not trademarked though. So I don't know what to think about that. Travel to cities around the world. Each city has its own unique view, which can be seen in the reflection of the windows. That's a nice touch. Rival. He works to undermine your every move, hiring birds to poop on your windows. Can you defeat your rival and become window cleaning champion? Man, that's devious. Minigame within each stage. Can you climb to the top of the ladder while avoiding the white knuckle boomerang thrown by your rival? Gain bonus XP for getting a perfect score. Modes. Story mode. Start off as an unknown window cleaner. Gain the attention. Time trial mode. Beat the clock. Survival mode. How long can you survive while your rival hires more and more birds to poop on your windows? Don't let your windows get completely covered in poop. This is sounding more and more like an Atari 2600 game at this point, and those are classics. Those are genre inventors. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. Leisure mode, no timer, infinite amount of windows to clean. The relaxing music is the perfect cure for a stressful day. Further details to consider in your review. Your rival goes by the name Antonio, and he is in cahoots with the local bird population. The window cleaning company you work for is rumored to be a proponent of illegal biochemicals. Are you really just cleaning windows? Or are you a pawn in their devious scheme? Is it really just soapy water? Hidden cutscene unlocked upon beating the game. Your character holding a man by the neck, shouting, "Tell me about the soapy water." Voiced by Nolan North. Our proprietary reflection technology allows us to push the Nintendo DS to its limits. You haven't seen reflections like this in a DSiWare game, let me assure you. There's a bug where if you put all your XP into a bigger squeegee, it will clip through the side of the screen and disappear. Please don't put all your XP into getting a better squeegee. We don't support diagonal stylus movement. We encourage the player to master either horizontal or vertical action. That seems like a bit of an oversight. We have not gained permission to license the 14-inch Wagtail Whirlwind, so please don't mention this in the review. Whoops. Ooh. We are still working to get the license. You may talk about the white knuckle boomerang. Okay, well, that's... Jeez. The features description states endless choices. There are really only two choices, either a bigger squeegee or a better stain remover. Well, that seems hardly endless. Key to note, the game is known as Window Cleaning Champion in Europe for marketing reasons. That's, again, good to know. So thanks, David, for that. I would obviously play that game. Do you think it could be done in 3D? That's my question for you. Do you think it could be 3D? And is there like a movie license that we get attached to this? Get another way in, another inroad for people to interface with Window Cleaning Hero. Or could we license it out? Like, is there a movie to be made about Window Cleaning Hero? I mean, Angry Birds is doing it, and that's not even on great platforms like the Nintendo Wii or the Nintendo DSi. That's on. It's not a PlayStation or a telephone, or that's not. Those aren't. It's not even on the game machines. From people what make games. So yeah, I think, if you maybe you line that up, get some licensing deals in place, some action figures, and probably get that license squared away. And maybe you might have something, but as it stands right now, 3 stars. 3 stars. That's 3 stars. It's not 3 stars. Just some brand cup noodles. Down here at the bottom, just gets saltier, a little gritty. A little gritty, but that's not so bad. It's not so bad at all. Thanks for your emails. ndx@bxr.me, again, is that email address. Keep those cards and letters coming. We use those to fuel the Express. That's right. We take your cards and letters and literally throw them into the burner, and the heat from the fire makes the train go harder. Because we want to go hard every time out. Go hard or go home is what we're saying. And, I think we went pretty hard, but now it's time to go home. We'll be back next week. Of course, the Express is headed out east to Boston. Thursday night, we'll be out in Boston. The entire NDX crew will be there. Myself and I'll be there. That'll be good. The regular crew be out there. I'll be judging a Rock Band contest, which Rock Band is a video game that is on the Nintendo Wii. And you can play it there, and it's a disc-based game, but there is a big downloadable component to those games where you can purchase additional songs. You get songs. They also did a Rock Band game on the Nintendo DS, similar idea with music, and people will be playing songs, and I'll be calling them total buttholes and creeps and cretins. And someone will knock over a console at some point, and I will curse at them. So that's Thursday night at the something with a B theater. It's kind of pointless at this point because it is sold out. So look that up for more information. Maybe find some scalpers. I'd seriously doubt that, but it is sold out. So see you guys there Thursday night if you already got tickets. And of course, if you're going to the Penny Arcade Expo Eastern Edition. Friday night, I will be making an appearance with the Giant Bomb folks from GiantBomb.com, who are gracious enough to host this podcast, even though we are currently in some legal negotiations. God, I hope I can still put this up. I hope they still want me there. Well, we'll figure that out, I guess, in Boston. But I'm currently scheduled for Friday night. Believe that starts at 9:30 at PAX East. So if you're going to be there, be sure to come by, and maybe you can ride the train live. Ladies only for the live train riding, I should say. That's not, I'm not sexist. It's just, it's how I get down. It's how I get down. So until this weekend, when we'll be talking at PAX, and of course next Monday we'll be back with the Express in its proper regular day and time. I'm Jeff Gersman, and the train is pulling out of your station. Thanks for listening. Choking.